You are up, Commissioner.
All right, Bannock County Commissioners are back in session. This is our 21 tax deed hearing. Appreciate everybody being here today. And how this will go is we'll invite you up, state your name and address for the record, and then we'll turn some time over to the treasurer for their report and what's being asked, and then we'll debate. And then if there's any questions, we'll visit with you as we get to that point in time. So the first one on the docket this morning is Brett Colson. Brett, are you here?
You want me to come up here?
Yes, please. Go ahead and have a seat, Brett. And if you'll just state your name for the record.
Excuse me. My name is Brett Colson. I live at 270 West Canyons Road in Bloomington, Idaho.
Okay, great.
But I have a house here on Spalding Lane in Pocatello
Perfect. Okay.
that I'm selling.
You're selling it?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
In fact, I have a buyer I have to contact as soon as I'm done here.
Okay, well then we'll go to the treasurer for their report and their suggestion.
I was going to say, is there a Miss Clark here? No. From the treasurer's office?
Her representative is
Misty, who
here.
I
Oh,
spoke with you.
okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Misty.
Okay, Misty Katzelmuth, Chief Deputy Treasurer. I've spoke with Mr. Colson a few times regarding this home. He has had some health issues, so he's putting the home up for sale. Like he stated, he does have a buyer, so he's just kind of waiting for this hearing to take place. From what he said, the sale has to be split 4 ways, and the taxes come out of his part. So our recommendation would be for the sale to get completed, to waive the interest for the 21 through 2024 taxes and give him a 2-month extension to get it sold and all the paperwork taken care of.
So as of today, you're requesting an interest waive in the amount of $1,544.23.
23 cents, yep.
Okay. Is that copacetic with what you're asking?
Yes, if
Okay.
they would do that, that would help quite a bit because I'm on Medicare and I'm limited income. I don't even make $1,000 a month, which is why I got behind on taxes. And then I moved up with my ex-wife, and we are fine in the house we're in. The house that I grew up in Pocatello is a 5-bedroom house, and it's way too big.
Okay.
I found a husband and wife who have 2 children and one on the way, and they want to buy it. And they've got a person who's going to finance it, self-finance it.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to work, if they're going to do like a direct deposit into the bank thing or whatever.
Well,
But I will call you and find out the exact amount of taxes on the day that they hand me a check, and or put the money in the bank, and then get a cashier's check and get down here to your office and get those taxes caught up.
Okay.
And then
We'll go from there. Commissioner Moser?
transfer it.
So right now, who lives in that house?
Nobody.
Nobody? And you're not renting it out, nothing?
Nope.
Okay,
It's been sitting vacant for 3 years.
okay.
That's another reason to get rid of it.
I don't have a problem doing this, but I want to reaffirm that if something doesn't happen in 60 days, this interest goes back on.
Okay, well,
You got 60 days to act on this and take care of it, in my opinion, or the interest goes back on and we have a further discussion about taking the property on a tax deed.
yeah, well, if these people don't buy it,
We got you. Hold on a second. Commissioner Bolt?
We're good. My only question of it is are you going to be selling this through a title company? Who's handling the closing documents?
that's who I need to talk to, the guy who wants to buy it.
What
and
I'm
he's
saying is
gonna
we
give
can
me the
actually
name.
get them the information, and they will, instead of having you deal with a cashier's check, we can be dispersed straight from the title company to the
Yes.
county.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna go through a title company.
Okay.
And an attorney, yeah, you bet.
So rather than you have to mess with cashier's check, the title company will basically, as they record, they will bring that to us. It will make it a lot cleaner.
Oh, and I don't have to drive down here?
No.
Oh, that's good. That's
I mean, that would help, and
100 mile
I
round trip.
agree, we're being kind in doing that, but if something doesn't happen, our only recourse is to come back to where we're at today and go down that same path, so.
Well, we have several companies that want to buy it as is. So if for some reason this falls through, we're going to start making phone calls to the buy as is and see if we can, get rid of it that way as fast as
Okay.
possible, because I don't want to mess with it anymore. My
Okay.
health is going downhill fast, and I can't keep driving back and forth, and I can't lift more than 10 pounds. And so we got to hire people to haul
Okay,
stuff out of there.
Sounds good.
Just as fast as
All right.
possible and get rid of it.
hearing that.
Thank you.
I would move that we accept the treasurer's request to waive the interest upon sale in the amount of $1,544.23. Actually, it'd be more than that when we get to the sale date.
Pay all of the years.
Okay.
We're gonna pay all the years.
Yeah, the interest changes daily. As of today, it's 1544.
Okay, so we'll just
Yeah,
just say
that's why.
We waived the
Waive
interest for these years.
For 2021 through 2024.
correct,
Okay,
correct.
perfect.
Upon closing, it's not interest stays.
Okay.
Any further discussion on that?
No.
Which I think what you said is actually more accurate, is at the time of the sale, the interest will be waived, not
Okay.
necessarily right now.
Correct.
Right.
So the interest is still going on, but the time of the sale and disbursement, the interest at that point will be discounted and waived at that point. That's
Okay.
probably a better way of stating that.
Okay, well, the mortgage company, you said the mortgage company would cut you a check, correct?
The title
The
company.
title company.
Title company, yes.
Yeah,
And-
when you
And
do
that
the
is a
sell there, that's
60-day
what happens.
extension.
That would be
Okay.
great, because I really don't want to drive up here
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
Okay,
So with, I'll make that motion
Okay.
as stated. You got that, Nancy? Okay.
all right.
Do you want the parcel number?
Yes.
Parcel number RPRPPLR 000300.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There you go, we got 60 days.
All right, I'll get out of your way and let you move on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You
for your
bet.
time.
Let's see, the next one will be Don Hayden. Don, are you here?
Mr. Hayden is deceased,
Oh,
so he's not.
okay. Well, sorry, I should have read a little bit further.
I hope he's not here.
Well, maybe he's here in spirit. I don't know.
You never know these
Yes.
days, right?
All right, treasurer's
Okay,
report.
Mr. Hayden's deceased. I was unable to locate any next of kin for Mr. Hayden. This parcel does have a mobile home sitting on it. The lady who owns that mobile home is aware of the situation. I've called her several times to let her know that it is going up for tax deed, but I've not heard back from her. So when this does sell, there's going to be some issues with the mobile home, getting it taken off. But at this point, we'll just take it for tax deed.
Okay, so the recommendation is to take it as tax deed,
Yes.
correct? Okay, any discussion on that?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we, on parcel RPR 3803013208, because no one represented anyone here, that we take it for tax deed.
We have a motion. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next one, John Hedges et al. Again, they are deceased, so treasurer, what's your recommendation?
Like you said, Mr. Hedges and Hadley are both deceased. I was unable to locate any next of kin for Mr. Hedges. I was able to locate next of kin for Mr. Hadley, which is Corey Hadley. She indicated that the family has no interest in this property and to go ahead and take it for tax deed. So that would be our recommendation.
Okay,
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRPCPP12464800, that we take it for tax deed, as no one was interested in the family.
we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Larry Hill. Larry, are you here? Come on up, Larry. Go ahead and state your name and address for the record, please,
Larry E. Hill,
and your address.
3511 Hawthorne Road.
Great, thank you. Treasurer?
Okay, I've been in contact with Mr. Hill. I visited him at his home. We kind of went over his circumstances, and from here on out, he said he is able to pay $450 a month. If we do waive the interest for the 2021 through 2024 taxes, he will be caught up with his taxes in less than a year if we are able to waive that interest. He also received PTR for 2024 taxes, so I would make a stipulation that he needs to continue to apply for PTR every year as well, because that'll take his taxes down to $50
Okay,
if he qualifies for the same amount.
okay. Questions?
Right, the last statement you have on here, that has he agreed to the conditions that if he misses 2 payments, then we go back to square one?
No, I haven't gone over that. That's just
Okay.
kind of our office's,
Okay.
when we do these
Okay.
agreements, if the 2 payments are missed, then we usually kind of
So, Mr. Hill, are
not
you,
continue.
you're asking for us to reduce your interest as of today, which is $1,238.48, and accept monthly payments of $450 a month starting
Yes,
June
sir.
1st. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah.
And are you okay with the stipulation that if 2 payments in a row are missed, then the agreement becomes null and void and we go back into tax deed?
I get paid once a month.
Okay,
That's on SSI,
okay. What is your total monthly income?
about 1,700.
Okay. Does this leave you enough to survive?
Just barely.
Just barely. When is the PTR exemption? Did you make it for this year?
He did, for 2024s, and he's already applied for 2025s, and it is on there as well.
My question, why 450? Why not 300? Is 450 you're comfortable with, or is that
Yes,
gonna,
yes,
are you
I'm
gonna
happy with
squirm?
that.
Okay,
Okay,
if he's comfortable with
if you're
that.
comfortable with it, you know your budget, so I just don't want to be back here again,
Right.
so, okay.
So in my motion, I will make a motion that he makes a payment, a minimum of $350 a month, but you have the opportunity to make $450. But if you miss 2 payments, 2 months in a row, then we're back to ground zero.
Right, okay.
I would accept that.
Yep.
Is there a certain date that I can pay that, or just whenever?
Why don't we say the 1st of every month, starting June?
Can you go towards the end of the month?
Okay, so is there a date you guys,
No, whatever
June.
works, whatever works for him. and
yeah,
his
what
budget.
works for you?
He
Say,
doesn't get his payment.
probably about the 20th or 25th, somewhere in there.
Okay,
So,
Not just say monthly,
yeah,
and if it's at the latter end of the month, that's fine, but you pay monthly.
Right.
so you're gonna get your payment, your income will come at the end of May, and then you wanna start in June.
Right.
Okay,
So,
all right,
sometime in June, make your payment.
Right.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
thank you.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Mark Neely.
You folks have a nice day.
Thanks. Go ahead and state your name and address for the record, Mark.
Mark Paul Neely, 1325 North Hayes, Pocatello, Idaho.
Okay. Treasurer?
Okay, this is a property located at 974 McKinley, Unit B, which was his aunt's who passed away. He has since taken over the property. It is now in his name, and this just happened like a month ago or so. I've been talking to him, and he actually is able to pay the 2021 taxes today if we could waive the interest in the amount of $365.80, and he would be able to pay the 2021s.
Okay. You took this property over from your mother, is that?
Well, sir, this is a can of worms, in all honesty. What happened was, I know this is going to sound odd, but in late 2023, I had a private detective contact me. He said, this is no joke, and you need to get a hold of this guy who ended up being a realtor from Wyoming, but he also works in Idaho. He's the guy that bought. See, what happened was in 2001, the property went from my grandma to my aunt. My aunt died in 2018. My cousin took it over. But then things just started falling apart as far as like the property. So he sold the one to the guy who was contacting me. Otherwise, I would never known about this. The lady that's in there now has not paid a dime in rent since 2018. I have trouble getting her out. She doesn't really want to, she just wants to stay until her housing comes up. But when I met her in 2023, I told her, I says, get on housing authority. You'll have a place within a year more than likely. You're disabled. blah, blah. Did she want to cooperate? Oh, heck no. But, so, I didn't find out about this till, oh, heck, all this tax stuff till in 2024. I had no idea about it, so I had to go investigate. I talked to Misty. I talked to a lot of people in this courthouse about this. So, finding out that there's back property taxes that were never paid. So when my cousin sold his mom's condo, he did not pay, he paid the Scotia taxes, I think, in 2021, there was a sum paid. But all the rest of it went around, so it's 21, 22, 23, blah, blah, so now I'm stuck with it.
Okay. All right. Questions? Comments?
No, I was just looking, is there a structure on that? I can't, it looked like bare ground almost.
There are
It's
condos.
the condos.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a row of them there, okay.
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 Oh, I didn't realize you guys, I didn't realize what,
So,
I've never been here before, so.
So the ask today is to waive interest of $365.80 under the stipulation that you'll pay the taxes of $1,235.01 to the.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioner, anything?
good with that?
Commissioner?
So, are you trying to sell it?
Sir, I'm having trouble even getting in there to assess what damage has been going on. The last time I was in there, she had a dog in there and a cat, and it's like, okay.
Oh, boy.
See, here's the thing, trying to understand. This got, like, dumped on me, and all this stuff, I had to go through 2 probates, all this stuff. I dropped off the quick deed to my attorney, who never even got back to me on it. So for 7 months, I thought, I'm waiting for this deed to go through to put it in my name, when all I really had to do was go down to Pioneer Title and do it. See, so she got all this month rent for nothing, I mean, all those months for nothing. She hasn't paid a dime to me since my cousin died. Nothing, 0.
Okay. All right.
So, with that, I'll make the recommendation that we go ahead and waive the interest for 2021, and he'll bring the payment current for 2021. Is that correct? For parcel RPR PHR V002300.
Okay, any further discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you very much.
you.
Who do I pay? I pay Misty at the end of this?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Misty.
Thank you.
Moores, Mabel and Charles.
They are both deceased.
Oh, yep, gotta read further, sorry. Again, we got people joining us all over the place.
Mr. and Mrs. Moore are both deceased, unable to locate any of next of kin. This parcel was new in 2021 from a split, and now is voided for 2025 because it is now split again. It's kind of a massive one, so I say, our recommendation is just to take it for tax deed.
Jeremy has stuff.
Jeremy has, I've talked to Jeremy about this whole splits and everything. I don't know if he has anything he wants to say or not, but I think it'll just be taken for tax deed.
Okay. Jeremy?
Make it worth the trip over here.
I guess so.
Any questions, I guess?
Just state your name.
Jeremy Messick, Bannock County Assessor's Office.
Any thoughts on all the splits that she is referring to?
Well, so the latest one was just an annexation, so we changed parcel numbers to reflect the code area change there. It's not necessarily a split per se, it was just to change that code area so that it was going to the right place.
So this is actually that one little strip piece?
So, the county acquired the parcel to the south, right behind the jail there. And when they had the survey done, it was noticed that there was a gap between the legal descriptions, and that is the gap between them on the fence, between the fence line and the section
Okay.
line. We knew when we created this that nobody was going to pay any taxes on that, but we had to kind of go through the hoops at that time just so that 4 years later we would be here, and here we are.
Okay. I would move that on parcel RPR 401-300-7013. We accept the treasurer's recommendation and take this in tax deed. Any further discussion or questions?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Number 9, Postco. Treasurer?
Okay, This is in care of Jack Brady. I've spoken with Jack Brady. He has no interest in this parcel, and he said to go ahead and take it for tax deed.
Okay.
So that's our recommendation.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPP 0C3098, or, no, it's POC309800, that we take it for tax deed.
We have a motion. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Margaret Small. Margaret, come on up. And if you'll state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Margaret Marie Small, 499 Pebble Lane.
Okay, treasurer.
I've spoken with Mrs. Small. She is in the process of coming up with some funds to be able to take care of the taxes on this, the 2021s. So our recommendation would be to give her, I'm not sure exactly how much time she would need, a 30, 60, 90-day extension, and then come current on her 2021 taxes. And we would recommend going ahead and giving her an extension.
Okay, how much time do you need?
If I could possibly have the 90 days, that would be very helpful.
Okay. And the total amount outstanding is how much?
As of today, it's $10,870.30 for the 2021 taxes.
Okay. And she will continue to accrue interest on that?
It will accrue interest.
Okay. And 90 days will be enough, you think?
I think so.
Okay. Questions, discussion?
Well, we've been kind to everybody else on the interest. So I would make a motion that we waive the interest for 2021 and give her 60 days and go from there.
Is 60 days enough?
It will be.
And the interest right now is $3,000, so I'm knocking
That would be
$3,000
helpful.
off and knocking 30 days off. And that's kind of where we've been with the others, knocking some interest off. And
Commissioner Bullard?
So is that part of a twin home?
It is.
Okay, you got any issues with the other side of that? I mean, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, those are always interesting when you have split homes there. But I'm okay, this was just a question, but
Oh.
I'm okay with the, whatever we just did.
motion?
The motion, the words escape me, so. Can you live with that? 'Cause
I can live with
We
that.
don't want to hamstring you, but we want to be serious about being consistent
Absolutely.
with that, so.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
So
good with that.
could we amend the motion to waive the interest upon payment? Is that all right?
Yeah, like we have with the others.
Yep. Okay, so the motion is to waive the outstanding interest upon payment of the taxes in 60 days.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marie.
So Misty, will you send me a thing in the mail?
I will.
Okay, so I'll have
Yes.
that on my desk.
Yes, you will get something in the mail.
Okay, anything else?
So do you live there?
I live there.
Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Marie.
All right, the next one, Ronald Swallow. Treasurer?
Okay, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Lyon are both deceased. I was able to locate a next of kin for Mr. Lyon, his son. He sent me an email and they have no interest in this parcel and would like it to be taken for tax deed. I have also spoken with a neighbor. It's a triangular piece, so that one of the neighbors there is going to be interested in purchasing at the sale.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where we're at, so I would say take this one for tax deed.
We'd like to sell every one of them.
Yes.
So Christie's shaking her head.
So with that, the next step is there so many days for appeals or anything else? Where are we going now after this, what we just did today?
There's the tax deed sale. I think we have it tentatively scheduled for September 30th.
Yes.
Okay, so it's September,
Mhm.
okay. And is there any appeal process between now and then?
They have first right of redemption. They have 14-month right of redemption, first right of redemption. So anyone can come in and redeem any of these, but I don't see this happening to any of these.
Or until
Or
sold.
until sold?
Or
Because
until
you can't
sold.
come back after it's sold, but,
Right.
okay.
They would have to deal with, I think, the new owners at that point. I'm
This
not
is
sure
the
about
appeal
that.
right now.
Yeah.
All right, on parcel RPRPIN 3000800, I move that we accept it into tax deed. Any questions, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and that is it. Thank you, everybody.
Anybody else deceased in here?